Oh my goodness. Guess what, dude? I'm trying to get to double digits fast. Why not? It is episode number 9 already, dude. Guess what we're doing tonight? I think you already took a guess if you can see what's in front of me. We passed our class. We made it through the week, dude. Guess what? We prevailed. The teacher even said we did a good job. We killed it, man. But, man, this morning started out with some kid that sat next to me. Some dude was giving me shit all week. Always just talking shit. Every time he had a chance, he'd badmouth me. Anytime he had a chance to be on the opposite side of a argument of me, he'd take it. And, man, this morning, one of the guys in the back said, I shouldn't sit down. One of the guys in the back said, "Oh, a guy from your company got arrested today, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, oh shit, what'd he do? I'm pretty talkative, I've tried to be, I was pretty tired this morning. I was kind of over it. But I'm like, oh, what'd he do? And then he's like, oh, child, are you touching kids or something? And I'm like, oh, fuck that dude, whatever. My accidents happen every day at CD Smith, you know what I'm saying? Or accidents happen every day. And they're like, everybody kind of didn't say nothing. And I just kind of sat down because I just walked in at this point. And then some other dude's like, the big brother, he's like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, I don't know, like, dude just happened to fall off a handrail or something, it wouldn't be a big deal, I don't think anybody would miss him. And they're like, what? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, that kid that was sitting next to me, he's like, oh, it probably happened when he was 18 or whatever. And at that time, I had already seen a picture of the dude, and he looked like he was 40. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, that's probably something that happened when he was 18 or something. I'm like, nah, that's it. And I'm like, that's what they all say, dude. I'm like, that's literally what every single show says. I'm like, oh, probably something when it happened when they're 18 or whatever, they just turned 18. That's what literally every single show says. And I'm just like, bro. And then what'd he say after that? And I'm like, dude, I just seen a picture of the dude. He looked like he's at least 40. Like, and they're like, well, what did happen? What had happened? And the guy in the back's just like, oh, I guess it was like his 13-year-old stepdaughter or something. I'm like, and I looked at the dude and I'm like, yeah, defend another chomo. And he's just standing there like, oh, yeah, that's probably going to make me never be popular in America, or at least not in Hollywood. But that's how I feel about all that. God bless America. God bless her kids, man. You got to look out for them. Not, holy fuck, do that dumb shit. Not all right, man. You don't do that. That's just not something. That's something that's never sat right with me, and should never sit right with anybody. Back in biblical times, whatever. It's a different time. We're not in that time no more, dude. That's not okay. Let the kids grow up. Let the kids be kids. I know when I was 18, I probably should have been. Yeah, I banged like a gilf when I was like, what, 20? She was like 40 something. And that, even looking back on that, that's kind of wrong almost. Like, Jesus. She was a gilf, and I'm like, dang, she's hot. Big old boobs, big old donk. I'm like, nice. She's working out. I was working out. I was looking good. And man, nice. She had a boob job. Apparently she had big boobs before that, but she just had like a boob job so it looked nicer. And they did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I spent the night at her house one night, and I went back over there a couple times after that. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, I can't go too far into that, but we'll just say I went pretty far into that. But dude, yeah, good times. I don't even remember what I was talking about now at this time. But yeah, being a show is not okay. It's not. But then that situation, man, that was all right. That was because I was of age by far. And man, did I feel like I was a girl. Oh man, oh, she made me feel like a man. Oh boy, dude. And yeah, that was a good night. I had a great time. That was a great couple nights after that. I go over there, and sometimes we didn't even bone. She'd go over there, and I literally just stood there like this. You know, man. Oh, this is a nice lady. She cooked too. She could make the best desserts. Oh my God, I go over there. She'd give me like a plate of like brownies. One time she gave me like I told her like oatmeal raisins. She made like the best oatmeal raisin cookies. Oh, yeah. A little hold back in my day, but man, good times. Real nice lady. I still talk to her now and then. She lives way too far away for me to drive up to her to say hi again. But if she lived closer, man, like 3 hours away. That's too far of a drive, man. For some poontang, I mean, that ain't. Sorry, if I could fly there, if I had a rocket, I got a rocket. You know what I'm saying? But dude. I've been working, man. I got through the week of class. I don't have much else to say about it. I stripped today. Everybody else wanted to be on the ground, and I'm like, give me that harness. I want to be the one up there stripping because I've stripped concrete forms before, and I know being the guy that's stripping it and being the guy that's taking it down and taking all the nails out, that's dumb. You don't want to do that. Taking nails out, like how many nails out of a piece of plywood? I don't even want to count. I do want to count. What, 3 on each side, 4 on each side? 7 studs all together, so 4 plus 5, 3. What, you said 3 in the field, 2 in the field? So there's what, 6, 5, 30. Yeah, so there's, 38 screws per plywood, and we had 4 forms, and no, more than that, we had 6 forms that we made. That's a lot of nails. That's dumb. You ever pulled a nail before? It's not a great time. Leave that to the laborers. That's labor work. Stripping concrete forms in general is labor work. Fuck that. But we as carpenters, the teacher was preaching that kind of this week, and he's right, dude. When it comes to work that people don't want to do, we'll pick it up. Because guess what? We ain't like that. As carpenters, if there's work out there to be done, and there's money to be fucking made, we're going to freaking do it. And that's what this is about right here. This piece of junk. Oh, man. Get this thing and send her off the door, man. You know what I'm saying? I can probably start her up. The gas tank is on here, but it's not. So we're not going to do that. I just tried to get all the gas out of it. That was fun. But guess what I'm doing? I'm bondoing that because guess what my dumb ass did? I was riding bikes with my buddies this summer and one of the backs of their rockets fell off, and guess what it did? It tumbled on the road, and I was behind them like normal because I'm a slower bike. I am not a crotch rocket speed bike. This thing's pretty quick for, what is it, 2 cylinders? But, where is it, 650? Kawasaki Vulcan? I don't remember what year it is. I think it's 2011. It's older. It doesn't matter. I'm getting rid of it. It's going out the door. I probably should figure out what it is before I go to post it online to sell it, man. But it is going to be gone, man. And yeah. What was I saying? We're getting a dirt bike, dude. I want to go brapping, man. That sounds like fun. We got a tractor up north, and we're going to make some jumps in the woods with the 4-wheelers. Oh, that sounds like fun. Just riding alone up there is going to be fun, because you can take those things on a goat path if you want. If you need to hop off for a second and jump it over a tree, you could. It don't weigh much. I mean, this weighs a lot. But dirt bikes, I don't know if you know, they're not heavy like this, dude. I could probably pick this up. Well, all right, now I said I got to do it. It's off the ground, but man, it wouldn't be that heavy, I'm sure. Picking up the front end would be like picking up the whole... I'm not picking up the front end because the bike will tip over, it'll dump. But picking up the front end would be like picking up the whole dirt bike. This thing's heavy. It's a heavy unit. This is made for cruising. This is not made for speed and jumping and whipping it sideways. Like, wah, you know what I'm saying? That's not made for that. This isn't made for speeding like I like going like, wah. I ride this thing like it is a crotch rocket. That's why I felt like I should get a crotch rocket, because I ride it like one anyway. I'm sitting on it like one. I literally don't even put my feet here half the time. I got my feet back here, sitting like this on it. Oh, now the seat's not on it, but you get the point. You're riding like a horse. You're like, man, like a rocket, man. And man, we got some Bondo on this thing, and we are fixing this tank up because I dumped it on the side of the road when my buddy lost the backside of it. I'm all over the place, man. I dumped my bike on the side of the road. I guess I didn't have my kickstand down all the way, or it was in there was a crack kind of right where I put my kickstand down. I thought I had it down all the way, man, but I might have only had it like this. And if you don't have it down all the way, like this, it can dump out, man, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to dump it out again. But guess what? There's a big dent in the side of that thing, and we filled it in. And already put one coat on there. This is the second coat. And now I just got to sand and make it nice. Oh, man, I said I was going to yawn, man. Oh, no more yawning. I know it's late, man. I don't even know what time it is. It's probably almost midnight. I'm probably not going to post this till tomorrow morning anyway. But guess what I did? Tonight when I got home, I posted that on online, and I reposted the set of subs I had. And I actually responded to a dude that messaged me, I don't even know how long ago. But he messaged me a while ago. And I didn't ever respond to him. I'm like, yeah, I'll take. He's like, you want $50 for it? I marked down the price to $60 tonight. I'm like, yeah, I'll take $50. Why not? I'm like, when can you come get it? And he messaged me right back right away. He's like, I'm on my way to Shawano. I'm almost home. Blah blah blah. I'll ask the wife. Sounds good. And I messaged him back like 30 minutes later while I was listening to Joe Rogan, and then he said he was coming over and he's gonna be on his way. And I turned Theo on after that because that episode was done. And I was listening to Bert and Theo, and man, there were some funny boys. I shouldn't be, well, whatever, man. That's what I aspire to be, but I didn't talk about other people too much, man. And that's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about, but man, what was I even saying at this point? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, then he came over, and guess what? He bought that sub, bought him for $50, and then he's like, I was kind of hoping you had an amp. And I'm like, I got amps. I'm like, what one do you want? I'm like, I thought it was over there. Walked over, and I grabbed the amp. And it's a Boss, like it's like a Walmart brand, like amp for subwoofers. And he's like, how much you want for it? I'm like, I don't know, 40, $30. I really don't care. I want it out the door. And then he's like, all right, I'll take that 10 back. And I'm like, oh, excuse me, Rick. But oh, I was burped again. Excuse me. Oh, I like the hiccups. Dang. But man, he's like, I was hoping you'd have an amp too. I'm like, I got an amp. And I gave him that $10 back, and I'm like, well, you want anything else? I'm like, I'm literally trying to clean house, man. I'm so sick of having so much stuff around, man. I'm like, well, I'm like, you want another sub box? I got another one upstairs, man. Like, it's a plexiglass dual 10-inch box. Like, you want it? I'm like, I should have said $20. But I said, give me that 10 back and I'll give it to you. Like, I could care less. I'm like, give me the 10 back. And he gave me the 10 back. And now guess what? I got money. Because guess what? I didn't need that shit. I did not need it. And now I got $90 in my hand instead of a sub box that I've had for 5 years that I had to move into this house from my dad's garage. So I already had to move it once. I already put my hands on it once, and it's been sitting up there ever since. It's just been collecting dust. Probably mice have probably been in it. Because that's probably a really nice house for a mouse. That's a real nice house for a mouse, boy. Nice house for a mouse. But yeah. And dude. I think I'm autistic, dude. But anyway, let's move on. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself. Because honestly, I know who I am as a person. And I feel like I'm decent, you know, I've been through a lot of shit, but I know I'm a good man. My mom raised me right. My dad's a good person. He raised me right too, man. You know, and like, dude, what was I talking about even? I'm so tired. This is not going to be probably a good episode. I'm probably going to be wandering and probably rambling. But man, what else did I have to say? I sold all that stuff, man, and I was watching, listening to Theo. And now I got money, dude. And, you know, I got that sub out of an old Cobalt that I had, and the amp was with it. And I was, you know, I did sell it with the Cobalt when I sold that. So now I finally sold that too. You know, and I got rid of an old sub box that I've had forever, and the amp that came with that other one. And dude, I'm getting rid of stuff. Why not? I'm not gonna miss it. I tell you that much. I probably don't even need this $90 that much, but it feels a lot better to have that and go put that in my savings than to fucking have more stuff laying around in my garage. I caught myself. And yeah. I now want to get this out the door because I still want that kid to come help me with that. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, man. Oh, I'm tired. I think it's like midnight, dude. I think I said that. And I was thinking to myself as I was working on this, I'm like, dude, how funny would that be to make a podcast and like act like I'm Theo one day, or like put a bald cap on and act like I'm Joe Rogan and act like I'm doing smelling salts or get some smelling salts and that should be funny. Or act like I'm Bert and take my shirt off and do a whole podcast with my shirt off and grow my beard out as scruffy as I can possibly grow it. And oh, I'd have to be drunk for that episode too. Or be like Ari and get some fucking headshot mushrooms one night and just trip and have an episode. Like, I guess they're legal. If they're not legal, I don't know why they're selling them, but they're at the head shop. And you can get them and they make you feel it. They'd make me feel enough long enough for a podcast, I'll tell you that much. Oh. Oh, I haven't done that in forever. Last time I did that, I was golfing. I think that was the last time I did it. I took two cones, and I'm like, let's go golfing. And I actually did a warm up before that, and I swung a whole big bucket of balls in the warm up, and I was feeling good. And then it started kicking in, and I knew it was kicking in because right as I was done, I was sweating, and I worked up a sweat, and that makes that stuff kick in faster. And I'm like, dude, it's starting to kick in. And I go to hole one, and I'm looking, and I'm like, because it's like a downhill, and I'm just looking, and I make sure there's nobody in front of me, and I see there's nobody even close to being in front of me and behind me. I don't see anybody lined up behind me, and I just tee off. I hit a decent shot. It was waist right, and then I kept going. I went to the second hole, and dude, that first hole probably took me 10, 15 minutes, and I normally play fast. Like, and in the second hole, I stood at the next hole. It's a water hole. I'm standing on this like island, and I'm looking at this island, and there's a water in front of it with a waterfall, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, man. Talking to myself. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, but then I thought to myself as I was thinking about leaving, I'm like, dude, you just paid $50 to do this. I'm like, you bought a whole 18 rounds. You paid money to buy those fucking headshot mushrooms to do this. I'm like, you wanted to do this forever. Let's try it. Let's keep going, Prevail. And I did. And I hit a shot, and I think I hit it on the green or close. I might have hit it over. I don't remember. And that was such a good round of golf. After that, I was like peering every single shot. I've never heard my club sound so fucking pure. Oh my God, just every iron shot was pure. Every driver was pure. And I don't even remember what I scored. I don't even think I took score that game because like I don't think I took score that match, man. There's a lot of times I go golfing and I don't even take a score because like it's more fun that way. If you're just out there hitting the ball and like, yeah, I got a par on that one or I got a bogey on that one. Well, that sucks, But you don't even keep track. You keep track on that hole, and just the next hole you try to do fucking better. I messed up on that shot, and maybe I'll get a chance to use that club again. Man, I'm talking about golf a lot. Maybe I just should start a golf channel. But man, and that was a good time. I was wrecked on the field, man. I remember I got home safe. I stayed there and ate some food, and I drank some water. I tried to sober because those don't last as long as like regular. The old days when I took them, when you get the real thing. I never done the real thing. That's a lie. I never done that. But I got some stuff one time that was, yeah, not the real thing. We'll figure it out. I don't want to, yeah. But God bless America. God bless our troops. God bless stuff I didn't, know was going on. But, oh man, good times. And anyway, we're living, man. I think they're making a push to make that stuff legal. I'm not even sure. I think they are. I know in Colorado, obviously it is here. There's lots of mushrooms around that. I took headshot ones and they're legal now. That were legal and they messed me up. And it worked. And you know what? I'm feeling good, man. But you know what? I thought about having that episode with acting like I was Theo or acting like I was Bert. And then I thought, like, you know what? If I want to have a voice, man, I want it to be my own voice. That'd be cool and all to do that. And maybe that would be funny, to do that. But, like, I already do it once. But, like, I don't want to be known for having somebody else's voice or acting like I'm somebody else. I want to be known for being myself because I don't want to like have to put on this act to be like I'm someone else because that's not who I am or want to be, you know. So like, I don't know. That's kind of what probably makes me not friendly to other people because I don't really give a fuck. I just say how I feel, and if I don't, I try to watch my mouth when I should, which I don't very well a lot of the times. But I think just the not give a fuck aspect of my life has really helped me in like as far as my mental sanity, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking from a guy's perspective here, but you get buddies sometimes, and sometimes the guys don't fucking like you. And guess what? If they don't like you, you just deal with them until you don't got it no more, and then you move on with your life. And it's not that fucking hard, man. If you're stuck at a job where you're stuck with the same people you don't fucking like all the time, yeah, that'd suck. I wouldn't want to deal with that. That's kind of why I like my job, because I can go from crew to crew to crew. If I'm with a dude I don't like, guess what? In a month or two, I won't be with him no more or less. You know, and then I'll see him again in the year, and then we'll be all buddy-buddy for a couple weeks, and I'll remember why I don't fucking like him anymore. Again, you know, that's what happens. But, you know, and then you get through that job again, and you remember why you don't like him, and the next time you see him, you fucking don't like him again. And then, but it's just a cycle, and you just gotta deal with it, man. And I'm sure they don't like me either. I'm sure it's a fucking vibe. I'm sure it's like a fucking what in the air, man. I'm sure, man, me and the tension between that kid that sat next to me, man, that dude is a fucking prick. And I was just trying to be funny and try to be nice. I try to be nice to people, man. I try to be respectful. I make jokes, but I only like say things mean to people that are factual. I don't say things that are made up. I don't make names for them. I don't call them fat, unless, you know, or if they're smelly. I call people fat for fat, but I won't say it to their face, obviously, because maybe they do need that. Maybe I should tell them, like, bro, you need to fucking lose some weight, dude, if you want to get a job, bro. But, you know, I don't got the heart, man, because, you know, I don't know people like that, and that might be the fucking thing that pushes them over the edge, and they might just fucking go bop themselves that night, and then I'd fucking hate myself, you know. But that's the world we live in, and you guess you gotta do what you feel like it needs to be done. But for me, I feel like I just need to worry about myself, and I feel like that's how everybody should be, man. Why do you need to care about if a guy wants to be a girl, dude? He wants to slice his dick like a fucking Oscar Mayer Frank, just and then fold it inside out, and then not only do that, cut out whatever you gotta do, and reattach it up in his bunghole. A guy who wants to do that to himself, and then put tits on himself, and will grow his hair out, and then talk like a woman and act like a bitch, then good for him, man. More power fucking to him. I'm gonna laugh at the guy just because he wants to do that, and I'm gonna be respectful to him and be like, I'm not gonna talk to him. He's not gonna be my friend. I'm not going to laugh in his face. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but am I going to laugh at him with my fucking buddy afterwards? Hell yeah! It's like, good for you, dude. If you're watching this and you're transgender, you're watching the wrong fucking video, man. Get on another fucking show. This isn't the right one for you, dude. Oh, if a girl wants to live a privileged life, even if you're ugly, man, you could fucking work out and be decent. There's chicks that are butt ugly, but they are jacked and they look good and they got decent boobs and they got the fucking meow two legs going on. They don't even have to be good looking, man. They're just standing there like, Maybe I need to get in the gym. Maybe I shouldn't sell that and I should put my bench on there and start repping some stuff out. But you know what? I should, especially if I got my garage like this. I haven't had my garage like this before. I've never had room to walk around. Right now I kind of got messy since I tore this apart, and I got that bike apart, and I got that escape apart, but dude, it's clean. I was putting in here earlier today. I got my putter set up, and I was putting around when I got bored for a little bit. Dude, I don't know why it's so hard to put it. I would put it in here every single time, but it'd bounce up here and bounce out. I only got one because I got it perfectly to wrap around in here. And it shot back to me. Man, I got that at a rummage sale a long time ago. It was probably only like $1 or a quarter. Yeah, and man, like, I don't even know, like, what the fuck was I talking about? I've been getting at it, dude. I don't know what you guys have been doing with your life, but I've been trying to get to work, and I think everybody else ought to, because it sure feels good, man. This last couple weeks have been the best my mental state has been at in a long time. And, like, it feels good to get shit done, man. I don't know. I don't. You probably heard me in my first episode. I don't even want to watch it because I remember what I was kind of talking about. I know where I was kind of not what I was at that time because I was actually doing great. I just got back from Vegas. I was feeling amazing, but man, before that, I was not doing great, and I was not being the man I knew I could be for my kids, for myself, man. You know, I was only hurting myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't helping anybody else around me. You know, I was only doing them harm by not doing myself good. Does that make sense? That makes sense. I was putting them in harm's way because I don't want to do anything good for myself. And it's not like I was putting them in harm's way, but I'm not putting them in a good situation for the future. I'm not doing anything, or, you know, I was saving money for them. I put money in every single check I get into savings for them, you know, and I pay my dues to their mamas. And that's what you got to do if you have kids, man. Whatever it is, whatever money it is, I luckily don't have to pay a lot because my baby mom and me are, first, my girl's mom are pretty cool, and yeah, that's all I need to say about that right now. And obviously, we went through some stuff, and she's been through some stuff, and we both said we never try to take the kids from each other. We both said as long as the state never gets involved, we'll never try to raise the custody. And we've stuck to our guns on that. At least she has, and I have too. I've never tried to take kids from her when I very well could have, and she's not once gone to court to try to change anything. And, you know, for a girl that did me dirty, and I did dirty, and we both, when it came to our kids, we've been as great as we can be to each other. And obviously, I don't think we've ever gotten even arguing about the kids at all. Not once. She thought, oh, she was upset when my kid fell and broke her arm this last summer, which I was freaking out. I was having a like anxiety attack at the same time. And my kid's just standing there crying at first, but then she's fine after like 2 or 3 minutes. She was just scared because I was scared, man. I ended up getting her ice pack. I got her a pillow, and I drove an hour and a half to where my baby mama lives, and I dropped her off at the hospital. I didn't drop her off. I was there the whole time. But, and then, yeah, she actually fell asleep on the car ride there, man. It wasn't even 20 minutes. You know, she was out. She had an ice pack on her arm. She had rested on a pillow. I was listening to some of her music because I was playing whatever she wanted to play. I think I was watching TV. I put a cartoon on for her. And I'm sure, I know my middle child, she fell asleep. And then, you know, then my oldest, fell asleep not shortly thereafter. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. You know, I couldn't, like, I'm like, yeah, guys, don't worry. She's sleeping right now. They're like, what? She's napping? I'm like, yeah. She doesn't even want to register. I don't even know. But I'm sure she went through so much adrenaline when it happened, and that probably wore off. I've only broken one bone in my life, and that was my rib up in here. And that was not fun. I don't know if you ever broken a rib in your life. That's not fun. But let's talk about my kid right now. And yeah, that's the only time she ever got mad at me. That's all we were talking about anyway. But yeah, my kid, she's strong, man, and I didn't think it was 6 weeks they had that cast off, and she was running around. She was being really cautious. She still to this day says, oh, I can't do that because my arm's broken. I'm like, honey, your arm's definitely healed by now on. You know, you're a kid. It was probably healed after 2 months. They wouldn't have took it off of you if they didn't think it was healed enough, you know. They know you're a child, you know. And, you know, but I don't know. God, I love my kids, and I felt so bad that she got hurt at my house. And yeah, she was hanging on the monkey bars. Her sister was doing something crazy, hanging upside down, and then she went to go do the same thing. And I was literally going to take a step to grab her because she was only hanging by one arm, like instead of two arms like her sister was. And then literally as I was taking a step forward, she fell. And I went to go catch her, and I couldn't get there in time. And I'm like, oh, are you okay? You know, tried to laugh it off like you always do with your kids when they fall so they don't freak out, like, because they got hurt. And she just stood up and started screaming, oh, it's broken! Ah! And I'm like, no, it's not. And I took one look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's broken. It is bent like this, and I'm like, it is broken, dude. Oh, and my anxiety is peak. And I'm like, oh my God, everybody get to the truck. Everybody go to the truck now. You know, I'm like, everybody get buckled in. And I think, yeah, it was just, I don't know if I had all three or not. I can't remember if I had all three or not. But I think I did. I don't remember. But anyway, we ran to the hospital. And I was freaking out. And I called her mom. She was freaking out. And she was, mad. I would be mad at me too if, I'd be mad at her too if my kid got hurt by her. But it was a fucking accident. The kids are being kids, at the end of the day. And she's already grown. She's already, I can't believe she's already through it, man. I can't believe it. How fast she grew out of that. And got out of her cast, I should say. But anyway, I broke my rib one time. I was in a car. And I slid through a stop sign and got T-boned by a quarter-ton truck. And I got messed up. He was doing 25. And I had my seatbelt around me like this, holding a blanket up. Because the heat in the car wasn't very good. The heat in the car wasn't good. It was a Toyota Matrix. I don't know if you know what Toyota Matrix is, but it's a small little hatchback car. Not a big car. And I slid through the stop sign, and this truck's coming. I looked both ways. And I should have went in the ditch. And as soon as I looked this way, he was in my blind spot. And I looked back again. I was sliding, and he was there. And I should have went in the ditch. And now looking back, I would have took out that stop sign, and hopefully it would have stopped the car, or just put it in a ditch. And just not went to work. Not a big deal. You got T-boned by a fucking truck. And I got T-boned by that truck, and it shot me probably 70, 80 yards down the road. He was a 45 zone or 35 zone. I don't even know. I think it was a 45 zone. And he pushed me all the way. And all I remember is my hat was in the intersection. I was just X right here. You probably can't see the X, but he was in the intersection. My hat was in the intersection. The car was over there. His truck was in the side of the road right there. My car was on the side of the road over there too. And I tried opening, as soon as it happened, I tried opening my driver door. Just kick, one open. I'm like, whatever. I just went over to the passenger door and opened that one. And I felt fine. I didn't feel like anything was hurt. And I was standing around, walking around. And he's asking me if I'm alright. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm alright. My side kind of hurts, but I think I'm okay. I think it's just because I probably hit the door, or something. I don't know. I didn't really think at the time. It was probably the seatbelt that I had wrapped around underneath my arm like that. It probably saved my life, but it also broke my rib. You know what I mean? Because it actually, when I went this way, it actually stopped me from hitting my head and literally taking my whole body and plastering it against the side of this truck that's literally hitting my car right here as I'm driving. It's literally if you get hit by a truck at 50 miles an hour, it's going to make you go this way. And I was holding on, bracing for dear life, and that probably what helped because I went like this, and I went like this, and that's probably what broke my ribs because I was still trying to fight it, and I remember my whole side hurt because I fought it, because I've taken hits in hockey, I've fallen in snowboarding. I know you don't want to go into that. You want to go into it like you're about to get hit, like you're about to get run over by a big son of a bitch, like in hockey, or like you're about to take a fall. You want to brace yourself for impact, man. I don't care what anybody says, get loose in that car accident. Are you dumb? I've been in a lot of car accidents in my life. I totaled 5 vehicles in the span of a year. That was not a good part of my time of my life. I was very depressed. I was driving like an animal. Didn't care how I drove like a dipshit. Literally drove like an asshole, drove fast all the time, crashed a whole bunch of cars, drove on lack of sleep because I was never sleeping. That's another story, but man. Brace for impact. I didn't brace for impact one time, and I was doing 55, and I fell asleep on my way to work in a SUV Mercedes, dude. And I was going all the way up north. And the only gas station, no, I wasn't up north. I was at my dad's cottage, and I cut my drive in half pretty much by staying there. And I stayed with my baby mom at the time, and she kept me up all night arguing until 2 in the morning. I had to be to work at 6, and I was up till 2:30 in the morning. And then I woke up. I had all the vacuum. I was needle gunning on the side of a dam up in the middle of nowhere, and it was in the woods on a dead end road on a gravel road. If you didn't know it was there, you never know it was there. And I was way up there, and I was by myself because my uncle didn't want to. Well, my uncle was my project manager at the time, my foreman, supervisor, you want to call it. He didn't want to go up there, and I had all the stuff in the vehicle: needle guns, vacuum, fishing poles, all my tackle box. I think my tackle box is fine, and I don't even know. I had a whole bunch of stuff in the back. I had a whole bunch of my dad's fishing poles in the back. Those are all broken. I think a lot of the needle guns and the vacuums are alright. I think one of the vacuums is cracked, but they still use it. And like I still seen it when I worked because it was like, oh, that's what I used. That's the one that tumbled in my fucking car. And anyway, but yeah, I survived that accident, man. Apparently, I rolled into the ditch. They said they think I rolled like 3 times. And I was in a Mercedes, whatever, black Mercedes, not a nice one, an older Mercedes SUV, but it was nice, dude. Nice car. And then I fell asleep. And I woke up in the hospital the next day. Don't remember much of the hospital. Apparently, when they yanked the catheter out of my dick, I was just screaming, "Ow! My wiener! My wiener hurts!" And my mom apparently was telling me to stop screaming that, but I just kept doing it because I was literally probably not in my right mind. I don't remember much of that. And that was actually the last time I had a rummage sale. Was I hit my head so hard and I was off work for 2 weeks because, you know, they weren't happy with me because I crashed a car and lots of different, you know, and I was banged up, man. I didn't even know what right from left, but I was bored at my dad's house and I was sitting in the shop. I was staring at all the stuff that I had for my move and I'm like, what don't I need? And I'm like, that's our rummage sale. And I was debating that and I have a rummage sale before that anyway. But I guess sometimes it takes a hit on the head to realize you need to do it, you know? So, some of you guys need a hit on the head to know you need to just get to work and do the things you need to do in your life. And that's what I'm trying to do to myself right now. I don't know what it took, but I'm there. Maybe it's the New Year's resolution type thing. I don't think. Maybe it's my trip to Vegas. My New Year's resolution this year is to get money, dude. And then I went to Vegas, and it was just more like, after Vegas, I was still on the process of getting money, but I was kind of like done out already. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? Blah, 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 blah. You know, you always get these what ifs. What ifs are bullshit, man. Don't what if yourself into anything, man. Just do it. And I'm so sick of doing that to myself, and I'm telling that to myself right now. Honestly, because I'm honestly just talking to myself in my fucking garage right now. And I don't even know how long I've been talking. I feel like this has actually been a while. I just thought this was going to be short. But I'm kind of going on a good fucking rant. But man, don't even think. Just fucking do it. Get to work, man. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You know, nobody else is going to help you. Nobody else is going to come save you. I already said that last night. But man, nobody's going to do it. You got to do it yourself. Get after it. I'm trying to, you know. I've seen other people do this, man. I want to try to do this. I know I can talk. I know I'm kind of funny. I make people laugh. I know I can make people laugh, you know. Hopefully I've made you laugh if you watch this. I know my cousin said he fucking liked watching this. I don't even know if I told you that already, but he was kind of the reason why I wanted to keep going, man. And now look it, man. I got 3 videos this week. I told him that today. We talked on the phone. And I'm like, man, last Sunday I hadn't made a video in like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. You look back and see, man. I don't know. And he's just like, make a video, man. I want to see another video. Shit's funny, man. I want to see another one. I've already watched the other one a couple times. I don't even think he said that. I don't remember. But he's making another video. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it tonight for you, you know, when I get home. And that's what I did. I made another video. And now this week I made 4. Because I'm like, if you want to get after it, man, if you want to be heard, you got to have a voice. If you want to have a voice, you got to speak. If you want to have to speak, you got to make a video nowadays, I guess. I don't know. But that's the world we live in. I'm not a technological man. I used to be way more into computers and video games than I am now. Now I opened up my laptop last night and I logged into YouTube and I was looking at my YouTube on my computer. I'm like, cool. And I went to bed. I started actually watching Theo and then I went to bed. Maybe it's Theo. Yeah. I don't remember who I was watching. But yeah. And I went to sleep. No, it's Theo and Tony Hinchcliffe. That's a funny man. Oh, that'd be so sweet if I could ever be on a show like that. Because I love to roast people. I could roast some people, man. I can say some funny shit. But you got some goofy fucking characters on them shows sometimes, dude. I could roast them to bits, man. Oh, you fucking John Jones looking motherfucker, you dumb. What am I thinking? You Michelin auto looking son of a bitch. You fucking tub of lard piece of shit, dude. Like, what the fuck, man? Pick up a goddamn salad, man. Pick up a goddamn chicken breast every now and then. You don't gotta eat the donuts every day, for fuck's sakes, man. Do your calves a favor. Give yourself some future diabetic medicine now, dude, you dumb son of a bitch, man. What are you thinking? Like, what do you think's gonna happen if you eat fucking donuts every day? You think you're gonna be alright when you're fucking 50, 60? You think you're just be alright? You think your calves aren't gonna be fucking bloated because you're diabetic? You dumb son of a bitch, bro. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? You think you're gonna live a long, terrible life? Like, I do dumb shit and hurt my lungs and organs as much as it is, man. I don't need food to be hurting me. What an idiot, man. Fucking hurt your body with things that make you feel good instead of things that just make you feel good for a second because you're fat. But I guess that's what it's all about, man. You know, I used to enjoy the sweets. I still eat the sweets every now and then. More than I should. I should really quit because my cousin said he's been eating clean and he says he feels amazing. And everybody else says it's fucking makes him feel amazing. And I've been eating better, but I haven't been eating clean, you know. And I don't know, maybe I should just do what everybody preaches that says it helps them with their brain and helps them, everything. But I feel like I'm in a good mental place right now. I'm kind of foggy though, man. I know I'm more sharp, but I know that has to do with, yeah, gang, dude. But, it helps, man. It helps me with my fucking focus. I feel like I'm kind of focused. I'm kind of rambling. And I feel like I kind of probably should go to bed, man. I feel like I've said enough. I've already got to work, man, but you need to get to work, dude. Look at all shop. Look at all the projects you got in your fucking garage, man. Get at it. You started another one? You still got a little bike over there? You didn't finish yet, man. What are you doing? But this one ain't gonna be too bad. This one is gonna make me money. That one's just for my kids, and my kids can't even ride that little thing yet. I don't know if I want to put them on a little death trap when they can't even ride a bike right now without pedals or without, they can't even ride a regular bike without training wheels. I think this summer is training wheels time for my girls, man. I think they're coming off. They're gonna have to learn to ride a bike. I think it's time for them to learn, man. That's how you learn. Get them some knee pads one weekend. Get them their helmet on. Get them some elbow pads. And let them learn. Let them learn how to ride a bike. I think that'd be fun, dude. I think they'd get it. I know my oldest would probably get it. She's going fast enough now to where like you get enough momentum. But that'd be fun to get them riding a regular bike, and then they could ride that bike once they get good on a regular pedal bike. Break that bad boy out for them. You can't even see it, but you know what I'm talking about. We'll get her in the video. We got the mini pocket bike. If you didn't watch the other video, man, you gotta see it now, I guess. So here we are. This is the mini pocket bike. In case you didn't watch the other videos, we got her tore down. We gotta put this on there. And I'm off work tomorrow. I don't got my chitlins, so I'm gonna post this right away in the morning. I'm probably just gonna bust it out here. This thing's probably gonna be have a coat of paint on it by the end of tomorrow for sure. For sure, I already got the Bondo on it. All I need to scratch it, clean it, scratch it with sandpaper, and then clean it again. You blow it off first, then you clean it again, and then you primer it, and then I got some really nice auto body paint. You throw a coat of that on there, maybe probably 2 layers of primer. Probably 2 layers of paint, and then a whole bunch of layers of clear coat. I got some clear coat too. I got a whole bunch of expensive stuff I bought. It's a couple years old, but I used it. Oh, didn't I use it last year, and it was still good. And I've been told that this shit keeps forever, man. I got some real sprayers. I got some real paint. Some Omni. What is that? Omni? Yeah, Omni. I don't know paints. But that's what they had at the auto body shop in my old town. And it looked good on my Beamer. That's what I painted the front of my Beamer with. That's the same color as that white Beamer I have outside. And I like the color. Might as well paint this bike disc, get rid of it. It was like an ugly red and tan color. But now it's going to be all white, dude. It's all white and black. It looks pretty slick when it's... I mean, you kind of saw it. I don't know, you didn't probably see it because I had a cover on it. If you might have seen in other videos, dude, you'll see it when it's done. It's going to have a painted coat on it tomorrow. And that was just white primer. That wasn't even real. Wasn't even the real stuff on there, so it wasn't even shiny or pretty looking. It was just primer. Speaking of primer, Mike, get your freaking truck paint. He's got a sick old truck, and he's sitting in primer for the last fucking 10 years. Cammed all the hell. Fucking cousin. You got a ripper, man. I ain't even riding it. I ain't riding it last year. I didn't make sure I make a trip up there and fucking riding it. Maybe he needs to take it up north. Go bobbing around up north with that thing. It's like you could dance to that thing. It just makes you want to do a little jive, a little honky tonk, little honky tonk action. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, nothing makes me more excited than listening to a cam fucking truck or vehicle, man. Oh, it sounds like a dang stock car, especially when he revs it up, dude. It's like, rawr, rawr, rawr. Oh man, but we're ending the episode. My cousin gonna love that on him. He watches more than me anyway. I haven't watched the video in a while, man. I've been getting views. I hope you enjoy it, man. I enjoy talking to you. And I know if I want to get fucking more, you know, want to get bigger, you got to make videos, dude. And I got lots of stuff to say. I got lots of advice to give that I've went through. I got lots of stories that I've fucking had. And I got a lot more where all this came from, dude. I'm like, this isn't even the tip of the iceberg, man. So if you want to hear more and you listen this far, you ought to like and subscribe, man. And I'm going to get after it. Probably not tonight. I'm probably going to go to bed, maybe eat something and go to bed. I might not even eat anything. I got some burritos in the freezer. That sounds pretty fire, man. I might make a frozen burrito. And I'm going to go to bed. And then I'm going to wake up and get back after it, man. The shop is looking better than ever, man. I'm in a great place right now. Great, happy place. I'm feeling good about myself. And I hope you do too, man. I feel like, you know, what was it? I listened to Joe Rogan tonight, and it's just like, you can either fake that you're a confident, happy person, clean, and you got all the stuff you want when you go out to the bar or this, that, whatnot, or you around people and family, friends, or you can be a depressed, lonely, you know, or you need to show it, or you can just fucking change your fucking life and make the hard work and get after it, dude. You can just do it. You can just make the changes that will make you a better person, make you feel better about yourself, give yourself the confidence to not give a fuck when some dude talks shit about you all week long in class and you wonder why everybody's talking shit. Just then it feels like it's directed at you just because you're trying to make jokes in class and make people laugh. And like you're not getting along with the teacher because you don't, you know, I have never gotten along with him great. And that's is what it is. We're both kind of hard-headed. And that's all right. You can be hard-headed, man. He understands that I care, and he understands that I want to learn. He understands that I'm there to learn. And he understands that I'm not trying to give him a hard time. I'm just, you know, we're both hard-headed. And I don't think I said that. I just said, I'm sorry for giving you a hard time, Walt. You have a good week. And I shook his hand and we left. Oh, I said his name. God bless that man. Hopefully he retires soon. I don't know why he hasn't. I'm like, he even said that at the end of the day. He's like, oh, they're trying to get me retired, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why haven't you retired? He's like, oh, I want to. And I just shook my head. He's erasing, cleaning the eraser board. And I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, all right. Well, as long as you enjoy it, man, I guess. He's like, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. You obviously fucking enjoy this, dude. But, yeah. I think I'm going to go to bed. I hope you get to work and get at it, dude. You got projects in your shop that are on jack stands yet. You got your bike ripped apart again, dude. This is the second time you tried to paint this thing, man. What are you doing? Get it done, man. What are you doing? You got a mini bike that's got the ass end off of it, man. Get it welded up. Throw some pressure washer at it. It's going to be warm tomorrow. Throw some pressure washer at it, man. Weld it up, dude. Get it done. Give that a load of paint while you're at it. Paint that thing white while you're painting this thing white. Why not? All it takes is a little. It's done, man. Do it. What are you waiting for? I mean, man, you scared to mix some paint? Scared to mix some paint together? You scared to turn on a fan, open a window, and spray some paint, put a mask on? Psh, get after it, man. What are you waiting for? I'm going to bed. I hope you're getting after it. I'm going to post this in the morning, so hopefully, I don't know how the algorithm works, man. If you're trying to help my algorithm, make sure you like this and subscribe, man, and comment too, man. If you want to call me an ugly turd, do it, man. I ain't got no hard feelings, man. No, Zach's in the comments saying I'm ugly turd. Oh, man, but God bless. Have a good night. Thank you for listening, man. And hopefully we'll do some more of this. Because guess what? We're on number 9. We're almost in double digits, dude. Woo!